Hey everybody, Mr. Paul Adams here for You Country and live in the living room here at the C2C 24. It's the O2, it's day 3. I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know that we're here with Jeff Cohen. How you doing, Jeff? Nice to meet you.
Same.
I'm a bit green on everything that's going on because I've not had much sleep, but how many times have you played C2C?
This is, I think, the 4th or 5th, but the other shows I played were the Bluebird show. So
Excellent.
I played, which is amazing. I mean, I did the Bluebird show 3 times, and we actually, kind of little trivia note, first band to ever play C2C on the big stage, the first band ever was Christian Bush.
Right.
And I had written with Christian the solo record, so I came over with Christian for that. So we were at the first C2C in 2013.
Wow.
And Christian was the first band to play on the big stage, and this was almost before they did a lot of the outside stuff.
So you could be considered the king of C2C then?
I don't know about that, but I'm definitely OG.
OG is what we like, yeah. So thinking about all the years that you've played, how does it stack up? Like this year versus the last time versus the last time?
It's a really good vibe this year.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is one of my favorite weekends of the year. It's always, I've had a chance. I mean, I've had some great memories from C2C. I remember 2019 I did the Bluebird show, being backstage, and I ran into this girl who had worked for my lawyer. And she said, "Hey, I'm managing this, one of my best friends right now, and she's doing a few shows here. We've never been to London." So I'm like, "Well, hey, I'll take you guys to dinner, and we'll hang." And I remember hanging with them backstage in the back room. And 5 years later, Lainey Wilson's doing great.
It's just like, yeah.
Little stories like that, or, that's where I met Runaway June. We were in catering, and they were like, "Jeff." And I'm like, "Oh, I know you guys." Because one of the girls used to work at the Bluebird. And they're like, "Can we join you for dinner?" And I'm like, "Yes, you can."
See, it's a country is just like this really small, tight-knit group of people that just swim in the same circles.
Such memorable shows. I mean, got some Little Big Town and Lady A and Luke Combs. I mean, it's been a great. It's one of my favorite weekends. But I love going to the small shows.
Yeah.
And I love going to the outdoor shows and getting to see, like one of my good friends, Ingrid Andres, played here a year or so before she got the Grammy nomination. And she slayed. It's like anyone who's watching that girl, anyone who watched Lainey that weekend was like, because it's the first time I saw Lainey play, and I remember thinking, she's really good. And she was as nice as you get.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot. And
she's real deal.
We were just up at the BCMAs, and she did a little video for them as well. Yeah. So that was really nice to see that.
Yeah, no, I could not be happier for them.
Who would you recommend that we listen to right now? Who's hot on your playlist at the moment?
Well, I am
other than yourself.
No, I wasn't going to say me. I was going to say, I always say the Shires, because those guys have been so good to me. I've been super lucky to do a lot of songs on their records. So they're coming out with the new record. And they've got a tour. So I will always mention Shires first. But you mean some of the acts coming over right now?
Oh, anybody. It doesn't even have to be country. Wow. Whoever you're listening to that you think, this is what you should listen to.
God, I should be able. There's so many. I'm trying to think of.
Don't worry, it's absolutely fine. We can skip past that, and if you remember it, we'll just go for it. So after C2C, what are you up to? What's happening?
Oh, it's really nice. I'm working with some writers in town this week, some artists. Okay. I got a call from First Time Flyers to open for them Wednesday at Pizza Express Holborn. They had a support open slot. They knew I was in town, so I'm doing that. I'm playing York on Saturday and then Manchester on Sunday.
Nice. Have you been to York and Manchester before?
I've been to Manchester the first time I spoke at the In the City conference years ago. Okay. And we went to a mixer, and this girl started talking to me, and I was like, "Yeah, great. It's nice to meet you." And we got a chip buddy together. We're hanging, and as I
staple man,
and I said, "It's great to meet you." I said, "I think that they need me at this meeting," and she's like, "Oh, good." I get to the meeting, and the guys look at me, and they go, "How do you know the star of Coronation Street?" And I'm like, "Oh, her? She's cute." They're like, "Oh." So I did not know.
That's all right.
But I love Manchester, and I've never been to York. And I can't wait. I'm going actually a day early.
Okay.
So I could do a little exploring. I don't get to do that always.
Do check out the countryside in York because it is beautiful out there, and some of the old architecture that's around as well.
The wall and daffodils, and I mean, this is an 18-day trip, and that's my only day off. So I wanted to give myself one day.
Yeah, definitely
to do that. And I'm playing with Jade Hellowell and Paris Adams.
Yep. Okay.
Should be nice.
We know Paris. Well, we met Paris last year here at C2C as well.
Yeah, they're both great. I mean, what a voice, Jade. I'm like, I'll probably get up there and be like, why don't you sing my songs for me?
You're really sort of kicking in with everybody at the moment, aren't you? So
well, I mean,
we've heard that you're the man. Everybody said that the most important, and this is true. Everybody said the most important man here is Jeff Cohen.
No, man.
Seriously, I'm not lying to you. We've been told that. Yeah,
I'm just friends with a lot of people.
So. Well, there's a reason for that, and that's because you're a nice guy. That's evident.
Well, I mean, to me, I know what it's like to go to like a city where you don't really know people. And my attitude, that's why any of the UK artists, when they come to Nashville, I'm like, just give me a ring. If I could, I mean, like Wandering Hearts, Warren Thomas, Shires, a lot of these people, I was able to give them their first Bluebird show or their first listening room show. And I remember Liv Austin, who's an artist, she flew in that day, came to my show at the listening room, and I saw her in the audience. And I'm like, oh, Liv is in the house. I said, get up here and play a song on stage. Wow. And she gets up. She goes, I've been in Nashville 4 hours and I'm on stage. But, to me, awesome. When I was here back in 2013, 14, I saw like a burgeoning country music scene here. And I saw a lot of talented people. That's when I met the Shires and, Jess and the Bandits was here back then. And I just said, I'm like, hey, I just said to people, if you come to Nashville, call me and we'll write. And I'm in England because I had an artist I worked with on Warner named Nikhil D'Souza. So I was in England a lot for him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, guys, I'm here. And if you want to write, cool. And, and I mean, I had done Sugarland and Big and Rich and all those things. So at least I had a resume.
Yeah, definitely. I might have to call you when I'm in Nashville then. We can write something. Yeah, definitely.
We'll definitely hang.
I know you've got to rush off. I don't mean to keep touching you, man. I'm really sorry. It's just that thing I've been doing all weekend, haven't I? But one question that I always ask everybody.
Yeah.
Don't feel obliged to answer this.
Yeah, if it's about Julia Roberts, that's the one thing I don't talk about. Is that what it was going to be about?
No.
Okay.
I was going to ask you.
I got asked that twice this week already, and I'm like, we are cool. Everything is good. It's been 25 years.
I wasn't going to ask that.
Okay.
Well, I've already asked her. She's fine. Okay. I haven't really. The question is, what question do you wish I'd asked you?
What question do I wish I asked? These are good questions, man. You're a good interviewer.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'd say the question I asked is, what are you most proud of in your career?
There we go. What are you most proud of in your career?
I can tell you. In that one, there's two things.
Okay.
One, so I quit my job when I was almost 34 to become a songwriter.
Okay.
And a half. And my parents did not really get that. Obviously my dad wanted me to have a job that had a salary. I got to take my mom and dad to Madison Square Garden. And my dad grew up with classical and opera. That's all he listened to. He loved Bocelli and Josh Groban and everything. Nice. So I ended up being on a bunch of Josh Groban records. I took him to Madison Square Garden, took them backstage, introduced them to Josh Groban. But then we were down on the floor, and while Josh Groban was singing my song, he pointed over at my mom.
Excellent.
And I looked over, and my dad had a tear in his eye. So that was number one. Number two is that I can go to London. I can go to Oslo, Stockholm, Copenhagen, Berlin, Milan, Sydney, Melbourne. I can go to Tokyo. I can go to all these cities, Chicago, Los Angeles, Miami. And I have friends in all these cities now. And I have people I can grab dinner with. I have people I can stay with. I have people I can play music with. And to me, that's more important than any hit song or any award that I've gotten.
And that's exactly what everybody is kind of telling us. So, there we go. So we'll say a friend to UK country and American country music is Jeff Cohen. Thank you very much for your time today. Man. I really appreciate it. Whereabouts are you playing today now? You're off to...
We did our two shows. We did, we played, we had the Shires, a lot of the guys in the Shires backed me up, and Ben actually came up and sang.
I saw Ben yesterday. I went to speak to him, but he ran off. He's like, he's just gone. And then I got told he jumped up on your show. So
yeah, he did.
I'll let him off.
Yeah, and we have a single that came out on Friday that I wrote with Christian Bush of Sugarland and a Bear from Need to Breathe. which is
That
great.
name just keeps coming around and round, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we just released that, and I'm looking forward to playing some more shows. I'm going to play Black Deer in June, and then
What day are you playing?
Saturday.
And
then I'll be
the
there
day
Friday.
that I'm not there.
I'll be there Friday for so I want to support Bob and Under the Apple Tree, and then I want to see the Shires play that night.
So I might come and see you on Friday night because I should be at Black Deer on Friday
Let's
because
do it, man.
we're both there. So
we'll grab a coffee or a drink.
Yeah,
or something.
definitely.
Yeah.
Jeff, once again, sorry,
Thanks,
I don't know
man.
which way to
No,
do
I have,
that.
I have a bad wrist.
No,
so I can't.
that's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
That's
because
absolutely
like some people have that like gripping handshake, and then I won't be able to feel my hand for like 2 days.
Person to watch out for is Mason. Don't shake Mason's hand because he's like, yeah. For 15 or whatever he is, he's like really strong.
Yeah,
so,
at this point in my life, I'm not even shaking with that.
Well, we'll fist bump
Exactly,
instead.
man.
I really appreciate your time,
thanks
man.
a lot.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll meet up at Black Deer.
Yeah, let me know. Yeah, you have my info. So
Yeah, I'll drop it over. Next time I'm in Nashville. Next time you're in Aylesbury Way, I'll show you the sights of Aylesbury, like in about 5 minutes, and the underwhelming stores that are there. Thank you very much, Jeff. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.